Hi guys, very good evening to all of you. So like I said the last week, we did have a plan on what we will be doing about audit. So I thought we'd make another session now. We will be talking about what we should be doing about IT, SM and EIS. So yeah, I've been trying to do that for quite some time now, but let's see how it works this time. We will have a great plan and then we will go ahead focusing on that plan and try to hit it hard so that we make the most of it. Okay, so all of you saying hi to all of you. So let me wait for a couple of minutes so people join in. So the thing is, like, see, we're now going to plan about how we will be dealing with the ITSM paper and EIS and SM paper. I'm going to put up the strategy, like subject wise we're going to deal with it. First let's start with SM for the old syllabus. We will be dealing with it, and of course I'm not going to take a long time discussing that. So old and new syllabus, guys, it's a matter of time that you catch up. So again, it's not like I'm going to deal it later. So I'm just going to go with the planning strategies first. Then I'm going to take all your questions at once after some time. So let me first start out with the ITSM paper. So which I'm going up with, let's say here, as in I will be taking those. So for now, let me start with the preparation plan. This is for old syllabus. And you say what? Let's start with information technology. I'm soon gonna be on EIS as well. This next 4 things, and guys, I will be taking all your questions in a little while. So let's catch up with this. So now, first up, what we're going to talk about is the old syllabus IT. You know that there are 5 chapters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to phase it out in particular manner. So what I would like to generally do is go chapter wise, because again I think IT also phased out to be a very syllabus now. Like say 30 marks here, I think 15 marks of MCQs also are going to come from IT. So that's roughly, I don't know if it's going to be 3 bits a chapter for sure. But then yeah, understanding and trying to understand the syllabus, right? First, start off always with the first chapter. That's kind of very easy, very scoring. Now the first chapter, which is on business process management, right? There are certain things that you can't forget about. What is BPM? What is process management, steps involved? Because these have all been questions that have been asked so many times in the exam. So all that you need to do is try and understand what that is. How will we be going about? So first up, start with BPM. In this topic of BPM, we have 3 precise topics. Like say first topic deals with all of BPM and BPA. Then you have 3 theories, like the Six Sigma, TQM and BPR. Now what I want you to do at this point of time is not to miss topic number 3. I'm putting a star to that because there has always been a question from this topic. It is called mapping systems. Okay, it's called mapping systems. There's always been a question from that. Now simple 3 topics. As you go in, there can be a question from here and here for sure. Not to say the topic 1, it's pretty simple, so you can always go gear up with it. So this chapter is worth anywhere between 8 to 10 marks, which is what generally the range goes between. Then, so what you're supposed to do is first cover up this chapter and cover it in this order. Do not miss this topic on mapping systems. It's something that's very important that you want to focus on. Then moving up next to the second chapter. The second chapter talks about information technology fundamentals. Now this second chapter, again the scoring piece. This chapter has 8 topics, again with an 8 to 10 mark weightage. If you look at the core topics in this particular chapter, like all 8 have their own set of skills. Like say point, first up what you need to cover is in this chapter is topic 8, wherein you talk about Bluetooth, okay, Android, I'm saying etc. All those definitions, you know, kind of make things easy for you. Those things you first cover it, because most number of times there are questions from that topic for sure. Then the emphasizable topic here is again coming back to topics. Topic 3 on, you know, BPA, steps involved in BPA, the 8 steps, BPA's phases, definition, activities. That's a very important topic. You got to undoubtedly go for doing it. Then basically the you know, order of preference is what I'm talking about. First thing, you cover the easy thing, Bluetooth, Android and all that, then do BPA. Then come to these very important topic which talks about what is called as components of information system. Components of information system, wherein in terms of the components of information system, we got about, like, that's a single chart that you can prepare: hardware, software, data, people, how they put up. Very important, very extensive topic. So it goes in. Then in the order of preference comes computing technologies. Computing technologies, you can go with that, because this one has cloud computing, mobile computing, this one has the instruction set architectures and all of that. So that is topic 5. So then moving up, what we're missing is topic 4, which is about the definition of computing and its subdiscipline. And then the last one that's left out to be 1. And of course, yeah, you can also do topic number 7, system development life cycle. And then in the last topic number 1, need for IT, wherein you have 3 points. So this is the order of preference of the second chapter. This is exactly what we need to do in the first 2 chapters, because it's thoroughly very scoring. Then moving up next is one of the most heavyweight chapters of your book, the 3rd chapter, that's called networks. Now I can't comment much about networks, you know why? Because networks is one such important topic that you actually can't miss. Okay, so this is what it is all meant for. Now let's talk about networks in this case. So going in the order of preference, again, the first place, networks. I'll talk about the components of network. There's nothing that you can really do about it, so you can't go about components of network. We will be talking about the components of network first, and then classification of networks. This is a very simple yet important topic. Classification of networks, that breaks down into LAN, MAN based on area, public, private, VPN, the classification. And then we have topology, star, bus, ring and mesh. There have been enough number of questions from this. So topology, I think this is a very important topic which obviously has some important sense in your question paper. Moving after topology, we talk about something that is being asked is the topic transmission, network transmission. So we have transmission techniques, then we have transmission mode, simplex, half duplex, and what do you say, full duplex. And then we talk about circuit switching, message switching, packet switching. All of that. Transmission is an important topic. Then following it up with networks, network vulnerabilities and security. Network, again, talk about network security. Now network security includes all those, you know, threats and vulnerabilities. Then you can talk about security protocols. Then also we are talking about techniques to protect that. These are the major topics, and then if you finish this in networks, you got the major part of it. And then lastly, I would want you to cover e-commerce, right, intranet. So these are pretty simple topics, very less chances of coming, but still towards the end you can cover. So this is the you know, what do you say, brief ideology of doing what is called as something to deal with in the first place. First 3 chapters, a very important piece, because this, I believe, is something that comes in the exam with straight questions. So that's what networks are all about. So you always have a chance to get great marks there in networks. So that's what we are looking at. How to deal with chapter 4, which is on business information systems. So I'm going with that. We will discuss that now on how to go about with networks. Meanwhile, let me talk about some of these points that we need to understand. From moving up to the next slide, I am going a little faster to the next one. So chapter 4. Now chapter 4 needs thorough understanding and greater control, because it's not something that by choice people would obviously want to do. They're more likely of doing something which is much easier. So I think you should focus more on dealing with those questions which come easily from this chapter. Going up next, we'll see what that is. Chapter 4 on business information systems. What about business information systems? Something that we will be seeing. So as we talk about business information systems, I said the classification goes by this particular thing. So we are talking about the concepts here. First up, we talk about the information systems, wherein you have TPS, MIS, DSS, right? So the executive information system, office automation system, and all of that. Then you're moving up to the second class of systems, wherein we have specialized systems. In this we talk about ERP, CRM, SCM, the HRMS, okay, and the likes of all that, 6 topics. And then we have 2 very important topics here: artificial intelligence, wherein the part of that is business intelligence as well. So artificial intelligence and business intelligence, this particular piece again is a favorite question of the examiners. You have expert systems, BI tools and all that. Okay, expert system is also an important topic. If all of this is done, then towards the end you can also talk about role-based and rule-based access control. Role-based and rule-based access control. That's it. I don't think anything else is really merited here. Work on these parts in the 4th chapter. It's pretty extensive. You can focus on that and how to go about doing it. Then moving up next to the chapter 5. Now in chapter 5, first thing that you need to concentrate well is the 8 steps of BPA. They're pretty much given in proper content. 8 steps of the BPA, what are involved in that. Then we talk about delivery channels. And then we have controls to focus on. Again, I'm putting a star to control because we have 2 types of controls. We have managerial controls and application controls. If you believe that you can handle this, and then the last topic, which is pretty much scoring again with a star, is virtualization, grid, and then a little bit of cloud is again back here. So this overall is your content of what exactly is in your IT syllabus. But if I look at it as a matter of fact as to what to be done, we need to thoroughly understand how we are going to face this up and how we are going to put it across. So let's see how it is going to work, and let's also try and understand how we are going to handle this. Let me take a few questions a lot have been asking. Let's see what it is and then come back. Okay, fine. Okay, give me a minute. So let's move on here to you. Okay, so all you guys, hi sir, thank you for valuable sessions. All you guys saying hi to all of you. Sorry sir, I joined late, I missed your class. Kindly upload this video. It will come now. Also you can follow us. It just started as such. Just let me hold on, guys. Yeah. So please make all videos relating to group 2 in YouTube. You are the only one person makes videos in English. Your class is super. Thank you. We will try and do whatever we can. Sir, I have cleared group 1 but yet start preparing for group 2. Okay, you can do that. That's exactly what the plans are meant for. Then what else? Sir, not able to remember things in IT. Oh, this is not your problem, Umang. There is lot of people saying the same thing. Guys, why are you not able to remember IT? For a simple reason. I'll tell you why. Okay, guys, new scheme, Geeta, don't worry. I'm just putting it up. Just give me a minute and I can tell you, because some people are having the same problem with EIS as well. Let me please clarify this. You don't buy heart. That's a wrong strategy. I think most of people are trying to buy heart. You know, they're trying to kind of understand that. I mean, you should try and understand that by hearting will not help. Please understand, because end of the day, you're not going to present answers, you know, for the heck of writing them in the exam. So you need to know the content and do it. So do not really focus on doing something just for the sake of fulfilling a revision and all that. So go by a plan and then try make summary notes. You know, that's more a simple strategy. I believe a lot of people are like, sir, it's a waste of time. I don't have so much time. Like, do you really think that you can finish that entire module what you have for EIS or IT one day before the exam and also having 50 marks of SM? See, I don't think, you know, these are things which unnecessarily create panic. And see, this exam is almost towards the end. So this is the last exam for the ones in the old syllabus and last but one for the ones in the new. So please understand, you've already written 6 exams or, you know, enough exams to think about this. So don't take that baggage of all the exams and go. And then not only that, people are by nature afraid, saying that, you know, sir, I'm not able to remember IT. That's more a mental block is what I guess. Because see, every concept, now see, I did summarize all the 5 chapters. And it's not like I do daily revise all these 5 chapters. No. So a framework has to be set. You know, you kind of, I mean, of course, for me, it becomes easy. If I told you the last live session also, right? For me, every class is more like a revision for doing the topic. But the thing is, you guys need to stay focused on what you're dealing with. Okay, I am forgetting. You can forget, you know, like solving a problem or tax also. Like IT, I am forgetting necessarily need not be the thing. The problem is forgetting, not whether it is IT or tax. Now, like say I forget a tax provision. So, or I forget something in law. I don't know the section number. So, forgetting is a common problem. Forgetting IT is more a myth. It's self-created. Okay, guys, don't take it offensive again. Like I said, nowadays when I tell certain things very upfront, people are taking it offensive. Like, you know, why do you really have to deal with? So, don't take it offensive. Go for it. You know, all that I'm trying to say is you need to really be focused on what you're doing. That's all. Okay, let's go on, guys. Okay, let me take in here. Practice manual is enough for audit and ITSM. Practice manual, I am not saying again it's enough and all that. It's a good book. That's it. That's what I can say. I don't say it's a, you know, only thing to do. If you have thorough knowledge about what it is, then you can obviously go for it. Not an issue. Hi sir, lost group 2 by 4 marks. Bharat, not an issue. I know you're part of the last live sessions as well. Do not worry. Don't get dejected. There's nothing that we can really do. Marks. So, should we read it like a newspaper? Yeah. In the sense, see, you're not trying to really grab something from the newspaper, right? You don't want by heart, but you want to understand what it is. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. So if you're doing a newspaper reading, I think you should try and kind of, you know, make that effort. Okay, let's move on, guys, with strategic management. I think you guys can later go back and take screenshots of what it is. Now, SM old syllabus. It's not pretty much different from the new syllabus, but still SM old syllabus. You guys still have business environment and all that. Now, see, I want to break down this into slots. You know, the first chapter, I think again the study plan here for SM, follow the order as it's given in the material. Do not try to do something like, say, straight away go to analysis and read something. Go and see that, you know, portfolio management, one question is compulsory. I'll go with this. Try and stay focused. We are still in Feb. And to again, all of you guys will know, like, simple. If you haven't done your classes yet, classes, immediately figure out where to go for the classes, what to do. And otherwise, if you don't have so much of time, you can always reach out online. Okay, SM takes around 40 hours. IT, EIS, they also take around 40-50 hours. So probably if you're able to spend 2-3 hours a day, you can just finish it off in 20-25 days, all of it. So all that you need to do is to have a proper plan and then revise them. So what I suggest is always go by order, right? Go by the book order. Do not mess up. Don't go and read the 5th chapter first. It's not going to work like that, okay? Start up basics, your business environment be the topic. When you say business environment and the concept of strategic management, these 2 chapters They're very basic. Not much of a possibility for, what do you say, critical questions to come from here. There's no much of, like real focus and target. They're pretty basic chapters, but remember, these are also important. So like say you have the 5 forces model here, and you have the 3 strategic responses. And once again, let me remind you, with SM, it's the concept that are going to get you solved to the MCQs. I see a lot of people answering MCQs nowadays. They are not again reading the question properly. Okay, couple of tricky options, get carried away by that. So that's what we are making people do that. I hope you guys are following. Right away on the top there is an Insta handle where all the questions are being put up on a daily basis. There is a schedule there as well. On we are not randomly putting some questions. So on that Insta handle you can see there is a schedule, all of those in the highlights. So you guys can follow up there so that you guys really understand what needs to be done with MCQs. Because I see a lot of people downloading so many material from the web, they're pulling it off, they're trying to read and cross check answers. Not a right strategy, guys. It's not a great thing to deal with. Okay, so that's what our the first chapter is. Again, you talk about 5 forces model, the 3 strategic responses, and then everything about environment, because enough number of times questions have come from all of it where you call it as micro, macro, all of that environment questions have actually come up. Then if you look at what we deal in strategic management, this chapter we talk about all the definitions most importantly, and then what is strategic management and what is the purpose of strategic management, and wherein you are also talking about vision, mission and objectives. This is an important topic that you can't miss. Vision, mission and objectives. This piece is a very important one. This, I guess, is a basic fundamental for the entire topic. Then as we move on, we are talking about something to deal with called strategic analysis. Now this is one chapter where in the past 20 attempts, that's like in say 10 years, there hasn't been a question paper without a question from this chapter. That's very important, and that's thanks to a topic called portfolio analysis. But then here you have what? You have competitors analysis. Okay, you have situational analysis, and then you have SWOT analysis, SWOT and TOS to be precise, and then comes the most important one, portfolio, wherein you have the BCG matrix, ANSOF product growth matrix, the ADL matrix, GE matrix, as general electric model. Now one question from that has always been there in the question paper, so always stay focused on that. Then chapters 4, 5, like you make these analysis here. Chapter 4 helps you decide on what to do. These are like strategic alternatives. One question from these alternatives are also compulsory, right? You don't have to bother about the 5 steps of strategic management here, but one step dealing with all strategic alternatives, because this talks about Glueck and George strategies, which is about, and then grand strategies, stability, expansion, retrenchment and combination. This particular topic is very important. Okay, and then you also have Michael Porter's strategy of cost leadership, differentiation and focus, right? So like that, there's something also called as best cost provider. So all of this makes a lot of sense, this chapter again. So as you step in, cover all these topics: stability, expansion, retrenchment, combination. Michael Porter's 3 generic strategies which talk about cost leadership, differentiation and focus. Okay, so that's what it is all about. And then we are moving on next to the 5, 6 and 7 chapters. Now chapter 5, wherein we are talking about functional strategies. Yes, here you have some questions that again come in, that is called evaluating worth of business. Evaluating the worth of business. And then we also have this one to deal with, what is called as the whole topic of marketing, and different 13 different forms of marketing are there. The 4 P's: product, price, place and promotion. So very important concept on marketing. And then of course you can run down production, logistics management. Logistics management, one very important question is supply chain management, steps involved in supply chain management. That's a very important question. 7 steps are involved, right? So steps involved, that is a very important thing. And then human resource strategy, and R&D. R&D are the three approaches. Okay, R&D, three approaches. Okay, this is what it is. Now in chapter 6, very important from the old syllabus point of view, we're talking about structures. 8 structures are discussed. Check them out properly, right from functional, divisional and all that. Then one of the most important concepts, leadership, strategic leadership, strategic change, strategic control. And as part of change, you have this very important topic that comes in the exam very often, Kurt-Levin's change process. The Kurt-Levin's change process. And strategy and culture, that topic is a very important one. Okay, so focus on those areas of what do not. And lastly, you have BPR, benchmarking, total quality management, and Six Sigma. And use of strategic management in other organizations. One question is compulsory from this topic, has always been there, either the true or false and all that. Use of strategic management in other organizations. It's not only profit oriented organization, others also use, no, that one. Okay, so you talk about all of this. Now very important fact that you need to understand is this is only the syllabus coverage. How do you go about is in the same order, but back then if you look at what you did, so how much of this is over, how much of this is something that you're supposed to take over, and you can't give up on any chapters. Okay, that's my major idea. You can't really tend to give up on any of the topics. That's the point that you're supposed to stay focused on. Okay, let me see what people are asking here. Lost both groups due to aggregate but passed in all 8 papers on. Yeah, see, if you lost it in aggregate, the point is, you know, you're not a bad student, you're good, you're dealing with it well, but the only thing is, you know, you might need some little more practice on that. How to grab that extra 10 marks is what we need to always see, and I don't think that will be a problem. We can always go with it, pretty sure. Okay, let's see that how we are dealing with it. Sir, I'm doing CMA, is it useful to me? I'm not really sure about the CMA syllabus, Sagar, so I can't really comment on that. It's not a plan group to any schedule. Yamini, I believe you joined late. Audit schedule is already over long back. Please refer the past live session that I did. And this one, ITSM, just been done for the old syllabus. So before I start the new syllabus, is there any more things that you want to ask? You can always go on. I am writing an exam in November by doing articleship, taking both groups. Suggest me how to read. I don't know if you're going for classes or whatever. Geeta, possibly, you know, see, November, I think, yeah, you have still enough amount of time to cover all your classes. So don't worry. And of course, before the exams, you got to take the exam leave. So I think you can do it with. Okay, got all MCQ right today of SM. By the way, it's helping you a lot. Thank you, Atul. Well done. If you've got, I think it's not today then. I think you must have done it today, but because as per today's schedule, we are having 6 questions on it in that. So guys, try possibly, you know, like we're following a schedule there for MCQs as well. You guys can revise those things and check that out, so that, you know, that keeps the concept in loop. You know why that helps is because doing MCQs as part of a daily routine will have some kind of a serious impact on you, and there is no real pattern of how to do MCQs. So if somebody is like asking you at random, you should be able to answer, because we don't prepare for MCQs and go to the exam. Maybe you can take some model things, but I don't think, you know, you solving 300, 400, 500 MCQs is not going to take you anywhere for the 30 marks that is all about. Okay, so what should be our deadline to complete group 2 syllabus? At least one time, March 15th, which is what I always tell. Because I started on Feb 15th. Oh, group 2, whole of it, yeah, end of March. You can say by one thorough revision, by, I think you can still achieve it if you're going good by anywhere by 20th March. I'm not saying, you know, that depends on again how many hours you study and all. If you consider 8 to 10 hour, and this is for everybody, if you're considering an 8 to 10 hour study period, I think you can go off safely with that. And if it's an 8 to 10 hour study period, you can definitely try and go with March 20th should be a great deal. Then March 20th to April 15th, that slot of 25 days should be your second revision, very quick, rapid, because that still is giving you 25 days, which still means if you are having only 3 subjects in group 2, you have 8 days per subject, which is very much enough to do. Or if you can do it speed up, very well. But what I suggest is, for all those guys who are not able to travel, go here and there for writing the mock exams, do it on your own, right? Self mock exams you can do, mock exam question papers will be available. Take that, write, and then compare and see what and where do you stand. Okay, so that's something that you can always do. And let's move on to the new syllabus. So I think you guys, the old syllabus, you can take screenshots of this and then stay tuned up on the Insta handle for all the MCQs. Right, today we have had some 4 people who have done excellently well with all correct answers. Today I put 6 questions, of which I believe a couple of them tested their focus on what the question is. All simple, I believe, but only thing is to test your focus. So go for it, guys, and try, and if you have not done that yet, go for it. Let's go with the new syllabus right now, starting with strategic management. For the new syllabus, strategic management, new syllabus, you have 8 chapters, guys. So all that I want you to do is, again, sir, what is the time limit to prepare one time both groups? That's what I was mentioning, right, guys? First revision, if you're doing only group 2, that too IPCC, only 3 subjects, I think you should have already started off. Feb 15th is when I talked about, see, I gave you a gap of 1 week after the results. The results were on 8th, I came only on the 15th. So it just means that, we have ample amount of time. Considering your exam is still on, in May, and you guys still have 10 days in May, the group 2 guys. Just stay focused, guys. See, group 2, I don't know, like you guys have time for Feb to March 15th, March to April 15th, April 15th to almost May 10th. But then still not getting marks to enough to pass shouldn't be a criteria. Okay, I do understand some of you have joined articles after the first group and all that. Try pulling out some time, because see, there are a lot of people who are skipping attempt after attempt, and then like writing 4-5 attempts for the group 2 and then pushing their final attempt and putting that at stake. So try, have a plan, stay focused, work on it, put your time. I think it goes in. Okay, then moving up next, all you guys in the new syllabus, you guys can check this out. New syllabus in SM, we have 8 chapters. So what we're doing is, the first chapter, the most scoring, it is called the Introduction to Strategic Management. Actually, I'm not even calling that a chapter for a simple reason that it has what is management, what is strategy, what is strategic management, where is it used, organizations in which it is used. That's it. So this piece, I think you should concentrate on those just to have a reading, because you have lines like strategy can be partly proactive, partly reactive. There's a lot of MCQ possibility coming up from this. Then going up to the second chapter, this one tests your understanding, because this one talks about analysis. So all of which, this is the most extensive, very important chapter for you guys, again, because you have portfolio in this, you have competitors analysis in this, you have SWOT and TOS in this. So this piece is something, again, you can't miss, as you guys can't afford to lose that much. So you need to really stay focused on the second chapter. It's a golden thing. Then if you understood that properly, you move on to the third one, where you talk about vision, mission, objectives, goals, strategic intent. Okay, that is what this topic is all about. I think this piece again will help you with MCQs, because sometimes there also questions come saying that what are the elements of vision, how is it working up, and all of those. So 3 elements, that part of vision, what do you mean by a mission statement, how do you go for it. So all of that is something, again, dealing with. And then moving up next is topic number 4. Now I'll not do this here, I'll do here, because these are the 3 chapters that I want you to be very focused on. 4 talks about all your corporate level strategies. Now when I say corporate level, it is going to talk about all of grand strategies like stability, expansion, retrenchment and competition. This one talks about diversification. So a lot of MCQ possibilities, conglomerate diversification, concentric diversification, vertical, horizontal, all of it. Topic 5 talks about business level strategies, wherein your Michael Porter's cost leadership, differentiation and focus, which is pretty much a thing to be dealt with. And then if you're looking at the 6th chapter, wherein we are going to discuss all the functional strategies. which I believe I already told in the old syllabus, so it's not a deal. So in dealing with functional strategies, you will go with finance, marketing, HR, production, inventory management, R&D. This piece, first cover these 3 chapters, you have a solid base, then do these 3 chapters. Then to conclude your syllabus, you have strategic implementation, where you have some fantastic concepts like structures of the organization, and the most beautiful concept, strategic leadership, and also talks about strategy and culture, and way more to include strategic change. I think it's part of the 8th chapter as well. Strategic change and control. Strategic control and change, if it is there, got to talk about it. And then we have 2 topics here on BPR and benchmarking, which again are possible exam questions. So guys, again, SM is a pretty phased out syllabus. Do not really worry about it. On how do you go about SM, you can always tackle this in that particular manner of how it is being dealt as of now. So moving further, you might want to look at how this is phased up. So SM new syllabus, this is what you guys have to do. And then if you look at what we are supposed to do in the EIS part, which most of you are always worried about, now you don't have to worry. We will see that on how we are going to deal with the EIS part. Okay, let's move on guys. So EIS, how are we going to deal EIS? Okay, let me see some of the questions. Meanwhile, okay, there has been a small snag. 1 second, just a couple of okay. So yeah, so all you guys out there, this is a this particular point deals with the EIS. Let's see how it works in terms of, and moving next. So enterprise information systems, as it is called, EIS. So what are you talking about in EIS? If you look at it here, 5 chapters, and my bit first up, I want you guys to focus on, again, automated business process. Automated business process. Now guys, there are possible things that you need to do here. There are a lot of tables in EIS, right? That you talk about risk and controls and how it works and all that. Do not really worry about what to remember in that. See, you guys stay focused on how it's working. You need to try and focus on those. Understand the master data, transaction data, things and all that. So again, here go with the 8-step BPA process. That's very important. 8-step BPA process, and then how it works, and then risk and controls. As part of risk and controls, you have the topic on ERM, Enterprise Risk Management. It's a very important topic, this. So you might want to again stay focused on that. And all of those processes, 6 processes are there in that. You might want to concentrate on that. And then we talk about what are the laws and regulations that are applicable. The little bit of IT Act as to what privacy norms are and all that. It's a small yet a very simple chapter. Then moving up next is a 2nd chapter, wherein you have all of those fundamentals. So wherein you have master data, transaction data, that could be a question. So why do you need the basic part here? And then why do you need front end and back end part of a software? That's an important thing, front end, back end. And apart from having these 2 topics, that is master data, front end, back end, all that, what you need to really understand in this are the 11 modules of ERP. 11 modules of ERP. So what about the 11 modules of ERP? How are they going to work is something that we will be seeing. Okay, sir, please notify an Insta story that will you go live every session so that we can catch up on time. Okay, Kiran, no problem. I think today we missed the Insta update of the live session. It was totally quick that we planned up. Don't worry. But then, you don't have to miss anything because we will put it up online after that. After the live also this will be there, so I don't think really there will be a crisis of missing something. But yeah, if you want to catch me live, I will definitely make sure that we put up. Sir, in mission we have many points. We need to remember all the points. The keywords or some points are enough. See, Janvi, keywords, yes, they are good, but those questions and all, I don't believe you should by heart them and go, you know, who are we? What is the purpose? I think just if you scroll them down, have an idea of what mission is all about, fine. Okay, again, coming back, I'm not wanting to cut off this particular thing. 11 modules of ERP, that's the key part of that chapter. And then in this chapter, we have some very important concept called the XBRL. Okay, what are the XBRL? Who's using XBRL? What are those? So, there are some of the points that you always have to worry about. Now, these two chapters are pretty manageable, guys. Again, like I said, 8 to 10 marks range of weightage is there for both. I'm not again fixing it up to that, but 8 to 10, and sometimes it can go up till 12. That's the upper range. But what comes to be one of the most important topics in your syllabus is controls. Oh my god, that's such a vast chapter you have in this. So information systems, when you talk about, okay, yeah, we call it information system. That makes it a bigger deal. So let me call it as an information system itself. So as part of information system, we have 3 very extensive topics: components, controls, audit of controls. Now if you look at it as 3 topics, that's all. It's a very small thing to cover, but you know what exactly it is. It comes to around 60 pages to cover. Okay, I am definitely trying to help you with this particular thing. We will do a summary revision of this chapter, don't worry. So all those guys who are in the new syllabus, I've tried to do one session exclusively. Maybe if not live, at least I can do a revision and upload it for you guys as to what comes where. Because I think, yeah, I'm not saying it's a problem area, but a lot of people have been, they're trying to worry about it, slightly stay panic and all that. I'm not saying that, it's very easy, but yes, with proper plan and understanding, this is one of the chapters that you can handle very comfortably. Shouldn't be a problem. Right, and then if at all there is anything that you want to do, first you're doing these 2 chapters, right? You want to take a little breather for doing the 3rd chapter. Okay, you can do this 1, 2, and then you can go 3 with the e-commerce chapter. This is very, very, very practical, simple e-commerce and emerging technologies. This should be your scoring space. Okay, this e-commerce and emerging technologies got to be a scoring space. That's something that makes your life more easy. It's more peaceful that you can go with this one. Then you can come back maybe to information systems, because the reason I'm telling information systems can be done early also is because it consumes a little time. E-commerce and emerging technology and all things which make easy. Now if you're very good at this 4 topics and then you do a decent round of your 5th one, which is called the core banking systems. See, for a fact that in core banking system there are no such great topics that like that take you by storm and all that. So you can run through the core banking system, because see, in this topic we have risk and controls in 6 areas. Okay, that's one important topic. Risk and controls: credit card, savings account, current account, loans and mortgages and all that. Then one more important part of the core banking system that you can actually try and say, like something that important is all those 8 servers. 8 servers that are part of the core banking system. And there's a question called, how does CBS work? How does core banking system work? Now that's something that you probably want to focus on. So yeah, this is what your syllabus is. But now, like I said, this emerging technologies, 10 of them are there, right? You can kind of focus on bringing your own devices to work, cloud computing, the forms of cloud computing. We'll try and do select topics. I can try and revise it for you. Most likely I will start with this, and if there are any areas or doubts that you want to be explained, you can always reach out to me on either Facebook or Instagram, because this live platform I may not be able to explain you in detail, but if you want to explain a doubt, ask a doubt or how to solve about, you can always reach out to us there. And then if you're really worried that your preparation is not done yet, or maybe you want a greater clarity, and I believe that a lot of people who here have, if you have written the exam and you couldn't qualify it, do not consider it to be a serious failure and all that, and really worry about it. So because end of the day, what you will be doing is just trying to understand what better you can do to this attempt, so you can get some great marks. So there is nothing serious about what you're supposed to do or not. Only thing is, if you haven't done your coaching well, that can always create a problem. That's the only thing, that's all, nothing much. So if that is the case, you might want to, quickly do something with respect to that. Otherwise, I don't believe that there could be any problem in what we're dealing with. Okay, coming back. So that's your plan, guys. I think I can help you run through all of it once. So if still the old syllabus guys are sticking to this, see, this is the broad line information technology plan. You have the, I'm revising all the chapters, the orders, things that you are supposed to focus on. And we will obviously, okay, that's something past. Okay, so that's the plan that we are trying to talk about. And business information system. So 5 chapters, guys. You got to capitalize on each of them. And SM also, we have taken an old syllabus pattern here. We did talk about that. So what we need to really worry about in this case is something that I actually am looking at being a potential threat for you. Could be what do you say, the MCQs that come. You guys are way too panicked about it. I don't think you guys should panic so much about an MCQ thing. Okay, it's all about how you work around in this. So just stay focused, that's all, nothing more than that. And I believe you can kind of easily work it around. So yeah, if there are anything. Okay, Keshav saying, sir, thank you, I passed my group 2 in the previous attempt because of you. Keshav, again, thanks for coming. All these guys who come up like this and tell us, it kind of really pushes our motivates us to do better. And then coming back to the new syllabus SM, guys, this is what it is. And then this one is the EIS pattern. So now just in case you have anything, and we are soon going to start up increasing the number of MCQs that we are going to put up. And then maybe you will find 10 a day. That could be like 300 questions in your practice time of 1 month, and still we have 2.5 months left. So soon we'll be practicing almost like 600-700 questions overall in audit, IT, SM, all of it. So all that I say is stay focused on what it is. Okay, I think if possible do a live for economics seminar. Giridhar, I'm not absolutely dealing with that for the moment. So Vikram sir, give a reply my query. Did I miss something? Okay, 1 second. Sir, I'm an old syllabus student. Can you confirm? Do you have a new recording? What do you mean by a new recording? Yes, we have recorded classes. A lot of people have already purchased IT in tuition.in. Yes, it is there. You can go check the demo videos. They're already there. What do you mean by a new recording? I don't understand. Like IT, the syllabus hasn't changed anything. So we have, of course, for whatever is relevant for May 19, those classes are obviously there. You might want to talk to our admins on that and check that up. Yes, they are available on tuition.in. A lot of people have already purchased. Okay, guys. So that's what is the point. And in case you want to, come back in time, and then so now the syllabus discussion sessions are over. So like I've discussed an audit syllabus, IT, SM, EIS, SM, all these plans are always there. So these 2 videos could be your guiding factors. Now from now, we will be doing exclusive technical videos. Like technical sessions, which are, I will pick up topics which are very much important. And then we will try doing something with respect to that. Maybe like a standard we'll pick up, or we'll pick up some MCQs. We will be doing one session exclusively on dealing MCQs. What could be the answers and all that. So that's the point. Okay, guys. So that was what I had on mind for now. And you guys can always look up to what we need to do with the plan much further. So in case there is anything. Okay. Vikram, thank you. Yeah, Vikram, you can always look on the website. You can talk to our admins. They'll help you with that purchase part. Okay, is there anything that you guys want to ask? You can do that. And I will soon be seeing you with a much focus topic right now, because the 2 plans are done. We can look at some important aspects, like we will be dealing some MCQs, or we will be staying focused on that. And in the meanwhile, for all your practice on MCQs, there are the handles right away on screen. You can always get to them and you can reach out to us. And in case you want to kind of stay motivated with the subject, all I suggest is mix it up. Do not do only one subject throughout a day. That's always not a great strategy. So all that you can do is kind of balance it out. Have a mixture of 2 or 3 subjects depending on how many subjects you're doing. If you're doing both groups, you have a lot to catch up. If you're doing only one group, you have enough to manage. Okay, so guys, it's again a nice way of coming live. So what I'll do is, in the next session when I come, we will come with a focused topic on certain things which most asked topics. There are a lot of them that people have asked. So we will come back with all of that, right? I will see you in my next live session, guys. Thank you. Good night.